Happiness cannot be traveled to, owned, earned, worn, or consumed. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude. Hi, I'm Connie Durham of the Extraordinary Marriage Podcast, and we are looking today at the transitional power of gratitude. We're going to look at 8 ways we can foster a deeper connection with our spouse. So often we get hung up with modern day desires. The pursuit for more leads us to overlook our blessings. We're thinking about the next Apple phone we can get, the biggest TV, the bigger house, the luxury vacations everybody else is going on. I want you to think back 150 years. People focused more on each other rather than things. What does matter the most? Do you ever think about that? We get caught up in a whirlwind of our wants and our desires. Well, technology and convenience does a lot of things for us. It has all kind of things that do the work for us, like washers and dryers and dishwashers and cars and computers, and even AI now writes a lot of things for us. Well, social media, it makes us see and want everything else other people are doing. So when you look at social media, are you like, wow, I'm so excited for them? Or are you looking at social media and going, wow, I wish I was at the beach. Wow, I wish I was in Italy. Yeah, social media, we either can enjoy what we see in that, or it causes us to think, hey, I want to have that. It makes us want more. We also get caught up in the ADD behavior of hopping from one thing to the other. I often have trouble when I'm trying to get my work done because if I look at one thing on the computer and another little thing comes up and I go over and I look at that, then I go over and look at that, then I go somewhere else. And next thing I know, I am lost in space and a lot of time has gone by. Well, the first thing we're going to look at is reflecting on God's blessings. Many, many years ago, because I've been married 45 years, I think it was about 36 years ago, we started to build a house. We bought land, and I remember when we first started digging into that red Georgia clay as we dug out a basement and then started out with what I call the 2x4 house. But before that, we had to make a plan. And as we planned, that house got a little bigger and a little bigger because we were adding a little more room here and a little more room there. And the next thing we knew, it was a little bigger than we anticipated and it was more expensive than we had planned. You know, it was an exciting time, but it was also overwhelming because we saved money by doing a lot of things ourselves. And that meant painting all the walls, bringing my like 2-year old and putting him in a playpen and varnishing the cabinets and the bathrooms and the kitchen. It was a lot of work. I was very humbled to be able to build such a beautiful home, and I was thankful, and it was our main investment. That house, the house I still live in, was our main investment. So, we had to cut corners other places like decorating and painting. So I used stencils back in that day. It's a long time ago. We used stencil painting along the edges of a lot of rooms. We had discount furniture and we, like I said, painted our own cabinets and walls. Marriage is like that. It costs more than you think it does. It takes more energy and patience than you think it will. It's humbling. But guess what? When it's done right, it's a blessing. I want you to think about the beauty of nature. And when we stop and we appreciate the beauty of nature, it fills our cup. I'm especially a nature lover. I love the beauty of things, whether it's the beauty of the outside, a redecorated room, or a brand new outfit. But nature refills our cup. Just the sounds of the crickets and the birds and the wind, they are relaxing. And so often we forget to stop and take a breath and rest. When we're in our when we are our best self, we are appreciative of our spouse. We're thankful and we're thinking straight. there's a quietness that we all need. Number three is it's important to see the good in your spouse. Often, whenever we start living together, we're together all the time, there's little things that start to irritate you. I want you to stop and think what drew you together? Have the word in twice. What drew you together in the first place? What drew you together whenever you were dating? What did you see in your spouse that made you want to spend the rest of your life in them? I want you to stop and name three positives. And what is their strength? What is their strength? What drew you together? What's their main strength? And name three positives right now. You might be able to pause this and think about it. Name three positives. Four, express appreciation regularly. Did you know that whenever you are thinking of good, positive things and you appreciate something, it literally creates a ripple effect? You both feel valued. It fills your love bank. I talk about this a lot. Everybody's love bank is just like a a bank where you put your money in. Maybe you put two or three paychecks in, and it creates a nice full account. Now you can pay your bills, buy a few extras, maybe go on a vacation, go out to dinner. But unless you fill that bank, there's no money to do all those things. Your love bank is the same way. You want to make sure you do things for each other that create a positive experience for you both rather than a negative experience. How about where we share acts of kindness? Now I have two pictures here, and the reason for that is if you're on YouTube, one is of a bunch of guys playing football, and one is a picture of some lovely ballerinas at an event. You know, we like to do different things as males and females, and sometimes we have to meet in the middle, right? I got to do a little of the things that he likes, and he needs to do a few things that I like. We have to have a giving attitude. We want to have a listening ear for our spouse. This is kind. I love to talk, and I like to know my spouse is listening. We want to lend a hand to each other. Sometimes things get busy and it's not something that we usually do, but you know what? We need each other's help, so we lend a hand. And how about a little surprise gift? It might be a chocolate bar, a favorite candy or chocolate bar. It might be a surprise dinner or a surprise trip, or, it can be some little something where you cleaned out the dishes in the sink, right? And acts of kindness are also encouragement. Encouragement is a really big thing. And doing something when you'd really rather not. Like, I would have really liked to go to a football game, but if he wanted me to go, I would go. He wouldn't really want to go to watch ballet, but he would go. You see my point? We want to foster positive communication with each other. And how do you do that? You got to let go of the negative, and sharing is caring, talking about what you want, what your vision is, and learn your love languages. It's so important to learn your love languages. Practice mindfulness. Turn off the devices. Set aside time together. When you sit down for dinner and you got your phones, even if they're laying on their face at dinner table, they're going to buzz and make noise, and they're going to take your attention from whatever you're doing. You may be having a great conversation, and then there goes that phone buzzing. And even if you don't pick it up, you think, oh, I wonder who that was. What was that? Those devices cause divisiveness. Set aside time together. Spending time together is really important. And the last one is create a daily gratitude ritual. What are you thankful for? Maybe put a note on the fridge, spend your morning coffee, have a habit of talking about what you're thankful for in the morning, or maybe a days in ritual. What are you thankful for? Actually, I'm always a little happier, well, slightly after I've been awake for a little while than in the evening. A lot of times, late evening, I'm getting tired. The transitional power of gratitude, the benefits of cultivating thankfulness in marriage. Did you hear some of those today? It prevents negativity. A thankful heart can't be a stinky heart. Encourages kindness. It feels great to give, whether through gifts, meals, or fulfilling needs of your partner. It also deepens the connection. Gratitude strengthens bonds and keeps love thriving. Today actually is Thanksgiving. I hope you've heard something today that helps you, that lifts your heart, helps you see the better things in your spouse, and gives you both a better connection. I'm Connie Durham, the extraordinary marriage, cultivating connection, understanding, and lasting love for an extraordinary marriage. You can find all kinds of things on my podcast. I do interviews with people, and I do lots and lots of things that help you learn to connect to your spouse. Thanks for listening.